Hello students, I'm teacher Krupa, your maths teacher. This is the fifth video lecture on the chapter Commission, Brokerage and Discount. In this lecture, we will be studying some new terms related to this topic and also will be solving some sums from the exercise 1.2. Now, as you know, we have already completed question number 1 to 5 of exercise 1.2 in the previous video lectures, the link of which I have given in the description below. So now let's start with the next subtopic. Students, as you know, whenever you buy some goods from a shop, you get a bill. So the person who draws the bill, that is the shopkeeper, is called as the drawer. And a person on whom the bill is drawn, that is the buyer, is called as the drawee. Getting? Now suppose we buy goods on credit. Then the time after completion of which the drawer receives the payment or the drawee has to pay the amount is called as the period of the bill. Now, if you are buying something on the credit, then naturally the shopkeeper adds the interest in the present worth of the goods. So that amount for which the bill is drawn is called as the face value of the bill, and it is also equal to sum due. Now, after the completion of the period of the bill, the drawee has to pay the amount to the shopkeeper. So that date is called as the nominal due date. But the 3 days of grace period is given to the buyer. So when you add 3 days to the nominal due date, the date that is obtained is called as the legal due date. Now let's take an example. Suppose the buyer buys some goods on say 1st of Jan and the period of the bill is say of 3 months. That means 3 months from 1st of January, that is on 1st of April, the drawee has to pay to the seller. So 1st of April is called as the nominal due date, and this 3 months is the period of the bill. Now as I said, 3 days of grace period is given to the buyer. So 3 days from 1st April, that is on 4th April, the drawee has to pay to the seller. So 4th April is your legal due date. Getting? Now suppose the shopkeeper or the drawer wants the money from the drawee before the legal due date. Then the drawee gets some discount in the bill. That is what is called as the discounting the bill. Now how much discount is given? The discount is equal to the interest on sum due for the period of discounting. Getting? That is the period from the date of discounting to the legal due date. Now in this example what we have seen just now, the period of the discounting will be of 1 month. And so the interest is calculated on sum due for 1 month. And that amount is called as the banker's discount. So now the drawee will pay the amount equal to the sum due minus banker's discount. So that amount is called as the cash value. Understood? Then, as just now I said, banker's discount is calculated on sum due. And you know that true discount is calculated on present worth. So the banker's discount is always greater than the true discount. because sum due is greater than present worth. So the difference between banker's discount and the true discount is called as banker's gain. Understood? And it is equal to the interest on the true discount. So banker's gain can also be calculated as true discount into N into R upon 100. Clear? All the terms related to this topic. Now let's move to the whiteboard for solving the sums. So students, let us start with the sixth sum of exercise 1.2. Find the true discount, banker's discount and banker's gain on a bill of rupees 4,240 due 6 months hence at 9% per annum. Now let us first write what is given. See, on a bill of rupees 4,240, that means it is the face value of the bill, correct? And we know that the face value of the bill is same as the sum due. So we write sum due is equal to rupees 4,240 due 6 months hence. That means N is equal to 6 months, that is 1/2 years. This by now you know. Hence at 9% per annum. That means rate is equal to 9% per annum. Correct? We have to find true discount. Then you have to find banker's discount. And also you have to find banker's gain. Correct? Now we know that the true discount is calculated on the present worth. Right? So we'll calculate, we have a formula for SD as present worth into 1 plus N into R upon 100. Right? So we have all these values. We have no SD, we know N, we know R. So we can find present worth from this. So we get therefore 4240 is equal to present worth into 1 plus N is 1/2, R is 9 upon 100. So this comes to present worth 1 plus 9 upon 200. So that comes to 209 upon 200. Correct? Now take this 209 on the other side. So we get present worth is equal to 4240 into 200 upon 209. This comes to equal to 4057.40 rupees. This is your present worth. Now from present worth we can calculate the true discount. True discount is present worth into N into R upon 100. So present worth we have got 4057.40 into N is 1/2 and R is 9 upon 100. Right? So this comes to 182.60. You can calculate and check. Then let us calculate sum due. Sorry, we have to calculate banker's discount. That is sum due into N into R upon 100. Right? You know that banker's discount is always calculated on sum due and true discount is calculated on present worth. So over here now sum due is always more than present worth. That's why the banker's discount is always more than true discount. So sum due is 4240 into 1/2 into R is 9 upon 100. So this comes to 190.60. See, the banker's discount is always more than true discount. Now the difference between banker's discount and true discount gives you banker's gain. So let us calculate. Banker's gain is banker's discount minus true discount. So that is 190.80 minus 182.60. Correct? So that is equal to 8.20 rupees. So this is your banker's gain. So we got true discount, we got banker's discount, and we got banker's gain. That completes the sixth sum. So now let us move to sum number 7. True discount on the bill is rupees 2200 and banker's discount is rupees 2310. If the bill is due 10 months hence, find the rate of interest. Right? So let us first write what is given. The true discount is given. That is 2200. Then banker's discount is given. Rupees 2310. If the bill is due 10 months hence, that means n is equal to 10 months, that is 10 upon 12 years. Correct? Find the rate of interest. What you have to find? The rate of interest. Now see, look over here. We know that the difference between banker's discount and true discount is called as banker's gain. So banker's gain is equal to banker's discount minus true discount. Right? And also we have one more formula for banker's gain. Banker's gain is always calculated on true discount. That is true discount into n into r upon 100 gives you banker's gain. So using these two formulas we can find the rate of interest. Let's try. So let us substitute in this. 2310 minus 2200. So that comes to 110. This is your banker's gain. Correct? Now banker's gain is also equal to, as I said, it is calculated on true discount. So true discount into n into r upon 100. Now we know banker's gain, we know true discount, we know n. Only we have to find now r. So let us substitute. So banker's gain is 110, true discount is 2200, n is 10 by 12 into r upon 100. Correct? Now instead of let us cut these zeros here. So you get just 110 is equal to 22 into 10 upon 12 into r. So let us keep r on one side and take the other terms on the other side. So 110 into this 10 upon 12 will become 12 upon 10 into 1 upon 22. Fine? So you get this cuts with this. 11 ones are 11. 11 twos are 22, 2 ones are 2, 2 sixes are 12. So R is equal to 6% per annum. This is your final answer. Write down. Therefore R is equal to 6% per annum. That completes your 7th sum.